on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Whatever it is in your own case, you look within yourself to see what is actually being experienced. See, radical truth means what's being experienced actually, not what you are thinking about it, not the thoughts about it, the concepts that you're projecting onto the experience, not the labeling, the putting of a word on it, but what are you literally experiencing within yourself. The technique then is to let go resisting the experiencing of what is literally being experienced. Let go resisting the dryness in the mouth. Let it be there. Welcome it. Let go resisting the flip-flop feeling in the stomach. Let go resisting the trembling in your arms and legs. When you do this, you're focused, you see, away from thoughts onto what is being experienced, and you let go, fully let go, surrender to being with those sensations. The letting go then is like the willow tree in the wind, you see? Coming from the Taoism of China, let us say, the ancient wisdom of China, which states that the oak tree which resists the wind is susceptible to breaking, and the willow tree which bends with the wind survives. And so like the willow tree, we bend with the incoming experience. We let it be. We blend with it. We welcome it. We say, let's have more of it. As you do that, you'll discover, much to your surprise, that there is a limited amount of that sensation. It's as though the amount of fear that we have is limited in quantity.
Dr. David R. Hawkins, author, Power versus Force, Transcendence, Eye of the Eye, all of these amazing books, medical doctor and psychoanalyst, and I think he's a bunch of stuff. Y'all should check him out. Dr. David R. Hawkins. Tonight's topic is one of those ones, horror hearts. Got so much damn fear in your heart. Fear of intimacy, fear of being seen, fear of being heard. And so you reverse the blame. They made me do this. They made me hide. They. Come on, Zoe. What if millions of people say they want true love while entering relationships psychologically prepared for horror? They arrive expecting betrayal. They listen for footsteps that may never come. They search the face of the person they love for signs of the person who once hurt them. They interpret silence as threat. They experience distance as abandonment. They experience closeness as engulfment. They experience consistency as suspicious. They experience accountability as attack. They experience freedom as impending loss. They experience intimacy as psychological nudity beneath a spotlight they cannot control. Then the music begins. The nervous system tightens. The imagination writes the next scene. A delayed text becomes a foreshadowing of something ominous. Right? This is interesting. 1-800-920-50. A change in tone becomes evidence. A disagreement becomes the opening act of desertion. A request for space becomes the sound of a door preparing to close. The partner may remain physically present, yet fear has already cast them as the villain. The relationship now functions like a horror film, being produced in real time. Fear writes the script. Anxiety supplies the suspense. Memory chooses the camera angles. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Attachment wounds cast the characters. Projection edits the footage. Hypervigilance searches every frame for danger. Control attempts to rewrite the ending. 1-800-920-1580. The present relationship gets forced to perform inside a story that began long before either partner showed up. 1-800-920-1580. Come on. Y'all know what we on tonight. What happens when the person you love can see the fear beneath the anger before you finish performing the anger? 1-800-920-1580. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. I'm ministering to somebody. I don't know who needed this word, but the word is here tonight. Does intimacy become terrifying when charm can no longer control the evidence? Keep talking about it, Zoe. Are you afraid your partner will misunderstand you, or afraid they may understand you well enough to stop accepting your explanations? 1-800-920-1580. I don't know who this is. I know a lot of people can get into a relationship, but can people actually relate? That's the work. Many people in a relationship right now, I'm going to say 85-90% of it performing. Tap dancing, they got sand on the floor, they soft shoeing. Because when it's time to show up as your true self, many of us are afraid to be seen as the truth of who we are. Can a relationship become emotionally honest when one partner treats accurate observation as psychological trespassing? Don't look at me. Don't see the real me. It's like looking at their phone. 1-800-920-1580. What if your demand for privacy sometimes conceals a deeper demand? Allow me to remain unknowable while continuing to call what we got intimacy. What if it's that? Horror hearts. Let me tell you, to the lady out there, to the sister out there that thinks she can take care of him into health. Not if he ain't willing to heal internally. You can't love him into health. You can't love him into facing himself. And vice versa, brother. 1-800-920-15. Vice versa, brother. You can't buy the world. You can buy 4 malls. You can pour out how you really feel. You can get emotional and get vulnerable. That ain't gonna make her respect you until you respect you, until you love you, until you accept you, until you approve of you. The doing, do you understand? It's the being that sustains. The doing comes with entropy. It comes with obsolescence. It's not special because you always do it. You always show up. It ain't special when you show up because you show up so much you're not missed. 1-800-920-1580. When someone sees through your performance, do you experience connection or an invasion? Because if you don't look at you, and I mean really look at you, if you not looking at you, when somebody see you, Lord have mercy, I don't know who it is that need this work. There's horror in your heart. There is fear in your heart, but yet you want to be loved. You want to be accepted. But when somebody trespasses on that little shadow box you got inside the shadow. Yeah, you got a little shadow box inside your shadow. When somebody trespass on what's in there, now all of a sudden we ain't in love no more? Because I see you? How many arguments begin because a partner touched the truth before the frightened self had time to hide it? Horror hearts activated. That's our topic tonight. Horror hearts activated. How many arguments began because a partner touched the truth before the frightened part of you had time to hide it? Could defensiveness represent the emergency response of an identity that fears being seen without costume, without title, without competence, without beauty, without money, without sexuality, without spirituality, without control? Huh? What happens to love when one person wants acceptance without exposure? How many of you out there lying to yourself and the person you claim you love? Horror hearts activated. Huh? Is the horror in your heart activated tonight? Oh, I'm on the radio. You can't see radio personalities. They feel like I'm looking at them right now. 1-800-920-1580. The radio personalities see you, though. Is the mask protecting you from rejection or protecting you from discovering that somebody might love the person beneath the projection? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. The only way to dispel fear is to face it. Fear is a bully. If you turn around and say, not today. It's just, you know how bullies back down when you stand up. 1-800-920-1580. Huh? Can being deeply known feel more dangerous than being physically touched because psychological sight reaches places the body can still conceal? 1-800-920-1580. I got callers on the line. I want to talk to folk tonight. And I understand, I understand this is the only place in the world where people are getting hit upside their spirit. They didn't know that a spirit could get punched in the head. Well, I'm punching in the chakra. I'm punching in the ajna. I'm punching in all of the chakras. And I'm punching, I know. But it has to happen. Let's do it right now. Callie Soul from Denver, Colorado is on the line. Callie, you're the first to call. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me well? Because I'm on my phone. I don't know if it sounds like I'm underwater or something.
It does sound underwater, I must say. But what we can do is you can call back and not be on speakerphone or whatever Bluetoothy device. And then let's do it, because I already know you got something really spicy for us.
I'm driving, so I'll call back in like 10 minutes.
Perfect. Hey, that's all right. We got you. Let's get on over to LBC. Long Beach in the house. Come on, I'm staying on point. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, young lady?
Alafia.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Am I in here tripping? I'm sorry.
In a good way.
I'm tripping in a good way, though, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's just, I feel like a lot of people, toes are being stepped on, and it's a good thing.
That's what we do over here, though, right? We
accept it.
We the big steppers over here.
Of course. So my question in the chat was, can a person truly say that they love themselves, but fear looking inside themselves?
So, plainly and bluntly, no. Love and fear don't exist, right? It's two different levels of consciousness. They can't exist at the same time. And what people like to do is put love on a spectrum, like they put everything on a spectrum. Love is a level of consciousness that is outside of human comprehension. This is why oftentimes love is compared with God. In actuality, it's not a comparison. It's more of a synonym. Love and God are the same thing. Do you see? So if you are afraid to look at yourself, you are operating on the bottom half of what Dr. David R. Hawkins, which is the one of the clinicians we played earlier, you're operating on the bottom half of his consciousness grid. And not the bottom half, but the bottom lower third. And that is where attachment wounds, that's where all of the stuff, all of the drama is at, right? We starting at shame, guilt, right? Apathy, fear, right? Anger, all of that is below 200 on his calibrated chart, right? So if I'm afraid to look at me, I cannot tap into the intelligence the fear has to give. Oh, wait, fear has an intelligence to give to us? Yes, it does. But that fear is a protective system, right? Fear is a biological thing that, it came with being human. Like you had to be afraid of certain environments, right? Because an animal, a predator, anything of that nature, right? But what I'm trying to point out here is psychological fear. To be able to go in and embrace oneself as they are. You got to turn off the inner judge, the parental judge, the inner child that was wounded. Now you're in a spiritual arrested development. You got to turn off all of the judges that are saying you're not enough. You can't do it. You don't want to see this part of yourself. This is the part of the self you can't face. You got to turn off all of those voices so you can now look at the fear that exists in you without verdict. But the next step is not only without verdict, with empathy, with sympathy. Now, if you're able to do that, guess what? You start rising up the proverbial consciousness grid that Dr. Hawkins created. Willingness is at 350. Fear is at 100. You got to rise 200 points to get it. You understand? Stay right there. Don't go nowhere because we cooking. That's my girl. She's on the line. I'm staying on point. LBC in the house. When we come forward, we're going to get the rest of her thought.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's never too early to start talking about money in realistic ways with your kids. JP Morgan Chase navigates how to educate your kids now about creating long-lasting, healthy money habits. Whether your kids are in elementary school, high school, or college, now is a great time to start a conversation about ways to create healthy money habits as they grow, ultimately benefiting their financial future. Talking about money in a realistic way to support your kids' lifestyle and dreams, your first banking account geared towards high school or college. It's never too early. Explaining the basics, what you earn and what you spend, building financial confidence starts with getting organized. Learning and practicing vital money skills now will stay with them for life. Tools they will have to stay on top of their finances and achieve their goals. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. The midterm election campaign season is here now. The 2028 presidential election is right around the corner. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. It's all in for 2026 and 2028. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Understand what fear is. You only have one energy. You're 100% that energy. You experience that energy as excitement when you filter that energy through belief systems that are in alignment with your true vibration. You experience the very same energy as fear when you flow it through belief systems that are out of alignment with your true self. That's what fear tells you, is you have a belief that's out of alignment with your true self. That's why you're feeling your energy in the form called fear. It's a messenger that brings your attention to the fact that you have that belief system that you don't prefer. So it gets you to understand that and gives you the impetus to find out what that belief is so that you can let it go, replace it with a new belief that is in alignment with your truth, and transform the same energy that you're feeling as fear into the energy you now feel as excitement. That's how it physically works. That's the mechanism.
That was Bashar, right? I don't like the way he said, understand. What in the world? Why would you put another language's twirl on an English word? Understand. Hold on, understand is English. You're listening to the Voice of Reason on KBLA Talk 1580. The Voice of Reason is on complete fire tonight. I want to get back to I'm staying on point. She was making her final thought, her summation, because I was answering her question, but I wanted to get her response. Come back in here. I'm staying on point.
Well, just to quickly add, I was raised Christian, now practicing Ifa. But the Bible in 2 Timothy, for those who like to fact check, 2 Timothy 1:7 says, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. And so my next thing would be, can you honestly face your fear without God?
Woo, come on. Let's go. I'm there. Let's go.
I don't think that without any spiritual attachment that you'll be able to have the power and the sound mind to really look at yourself before you can look at anyone else. It also says in the good book that you should worry about the own plank in your eye before you worry about someone else's. Sweep around your own front door. You know, so all I would say is for those who are listening to really do some mirror work. And before you go to bed, go and look at yourself in the mirror. Go beyond the reflection. And really look at the hard places. Look at what makes up you as you reflect on the day. What could have been done better, what you did, etc.
I love it.
So that's all.
Thank you. Guess what you just did, young lady?
I brought the LBC in the building.
LBC in the house. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, more flames from the VOR.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. 5 people are expected to recover after a shooting outside of Greater Love Tabernacle Church during a funeral Friday evening in Detroit.
First it sounded like an argument, like they was arguing at first.
Black Mayor Mary Sheffield says threats had been made beforehand, so officers were already at the scene. An officer shot and wounded the suspected gunman, who was among those injured. Black Stockbridge, Georgia Mayor Jaden Williams is being investigated over the possible misuse of city funds. City council members voted Friday to limit his authority during the investigation. Williams is barred from private areas of city buildings, including his office, and must return city credit cards, fuel cards, and other city property. And police are investigating a home invasion at Saquon Barkley's Pennsylvania residence. Authorities say at least one of two suspects entered the home early Saturday while the Black Philadelphia's Eagle star and his family were inside. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Wild Rivers is now open daily with over 25 slides and attractions for thrill seekers and lazy river chillers. Visit wildrivers.com for great values on season passes and daily tickets. That's wildrivers.com. Wild Rivers, where there's sun and fun for everyone.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
We love America in spite of, not because of.
And that's the deepest kind of love.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. 1580.
Let me put my hard hat on, go back outside, and see if these procrastination Crenshaw construction crews have shown up yet. I'm saving space for grace, but if these trucks don't show up soon, well, you already know. Destination Crenshaw, your time is up. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. KBLA Talk 1580 and Bethesda Temple Church invite residents, churches, businesses, and community leaders along the Crenshaw corridor to join a vitally important community conversation Thursday, July 30th, 6:30 p.m. at Bethesda Temple Church, 4909 Crenshaw Boulevard. For years now, this community has been living with unkept promises and the devastating effects of the unfinished Destination Crenshaw construction project, leaving residents, businesses, and churches to deal with myriad problems, including the loss of parking, restricted access, traffic congestion, and a lack of emergency vehicle access when it matters most. For years now, Procrastination Crenshaw has directly contributed to the loss of customer revenue for local black-owned businesses and sadly has forced the closure of some businesses along this 1.3-mile corridor. For years now, churches have been experiencing decreased attendance due to the elimination of parking, and social service programs for vulnerable fellow citizens have been altogether halted. For years now, residents have watched their quality of life erode, and nothing has been done about it. If they think they can get away with treating black folk like second-class citizens, they better think again.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me.
This town hall meeting is a reckoning, a public witness, an opportunity for impacted community members to share their experiences for the public record as we prepare to hold those responsible accountable for this enduring nightmare. So please join us Thursday, July 30th, 6:30 p.m. at Bethesda Temple Church, 4909 Crenshaw Boulevard. This town hall meeting is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm just a man. I'm just a man. I'm just a man. Scared of love. When they ask me why I don't like love, or why I don't have a lady, maybe it's because I know as soon as I tell her how I feel about her, as soon as I act like I love her, she's gone. I'm just a man. I'm just a man. I'm just a man. That's why I don't have a lady. I'm just a man. Scared of love.
I think you've got to really express those fears in a way that your partner can hear. So it can't be an attack. It's got to be a disclosure of how you feel and what you need. And I think that's the way you get over fear, is to talk about it and explain what you need to feel comforted. My biggest personal fear in a relationship is that I won't be able to count on my partner. And so my fear is really being alone in a relationship. And Julia's proved to me over and over again that I'm never alone. So that fear has kind of gone away. I know that I can count on her. I know she'll be faithful to me. I know that I'm important to her. I know that she cherishes things about me. She puts up with other things about me, which I also appreciate. And she's going to be there for me forever. I have her whole heart for her whole life. And there's nobody that can take my place. I think
That's John Gottman? No disrespect. We need new rules. I have her whole heart. No, you don't. No one can replace me. That sounds like fear. No one's questioning, why do I need to feel that way about her? She doesn't belong to you. Her heart doesn't. Do you understand? Paramahansa Yogananda taught that fear is a destructive mental poison that paralyzes will and judgment. He advised looking fear squarely in the face to minimize its power, cultivating faith in God, and using slow, rhythmic breathing to calm the heart. This is now being integrated into psychology, modern psychology, which is mindfulness. That's what Paramahansa Yogananda was teaching. And he also doubled down on my bully metaphor. Fear is a bully. The moment you turn around and say, not today, right? You smack fear in the mouth with non-judgmental observation, empathetic observation, loving observation. And I'm talking about of yourself. Gosh. Let me do it again. Paramahansa Yogananda taught that fear is a destructive mental poison that paralyzes will and judgment. Again, back to my point about relationships having to work. In other words, having to work out. Where there is an unhealed fracture in one's being, there will be an appetite for supply of some sort. Attention, nurturing, reassurance, support, there's going to be some of that somewhere. The more radical concept is when I heal, which is why I made this point earlier about how the mystics and the spiritual folk, once they evolve to a certain level of consciousness, you find that they're no longer paired. Maybe relationship is the university of you, where you conquer you by ascending to your highest self. The self that is the only self that has ever existed. What is that? That's God. Your ego is just a drop from the ocean of the divine. Yes, relationships are good and they can be fulfilling. Absolutely. But if you have rudimentary concepts like Brother Gottman just shared, her heart is mine and she will never leave me, you're not healed. And Gottman is a giant in therapy. They got the couples lab. They got all of it. He's a giant. But if you running around saying she'll never leave me, why does that even matter? Let me go back to earlier things I've said. I said, in the Quran, Allah, which is the Arabic word for God, right? Allah says himself, I'm needless. Allahu as-Samad, Allah the needless. God is everything. It needs nothing. She'll never leave me. And I have a heart. You don't own nothing about your partner. Yes, you own the experience from your perspective. And I'm not trying to marginalize or disrespect it. I'm simply pointing out how even in our giant psychologists, these giant personalities that we follow, the seeds of neediness is still there. And where there is a need, of fear is being fed. 1-800-920-15. Individuation, that's a European construct. Paramahansa Yogananda, South Indian. Right? Self-realization, integration, self-realization, self-actualization, moksha, nirvana, all of that meant going up Jacob's ladder into the pineal, out through the crown chakra, the serpent feather, the wings open up, and now you're conscious and you're one with God, one with love. This is possible. This is absolutely possible. And maybe relationship is the training ground for you to ascend to that level. But the fear of loss, the fear of abandonment, the fear of I ain't gonna have nobody to rub my back, nobody's gonna sit down and eat with me. We get so locked into the comforts of the university of you that we never want to graduate. When I come forward, I'm going to my caller. They finally made it back in here. But when we come forward, I want to give her space to build. This is gonna be good.
Understand me now. If sometimes you see that I'm mad, don't you know no one alive can always be an angel? When everything goes wrong, you see some bad.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Going to a World Cup match in LA this summer? Ditch the parking stress and ride Metro. With direct service from across LA County, it's the easy way to get there for just $1.75 each way.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA Talk 1580 stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't black down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage career track jobs. The LA Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. And they are advocating for a fair deal for black workers in the new Los Angeles City Charter. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing, or learn about union apprenticeship programs and trade registries, please visit lablackworkercenter.org. That's lablackworkercenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis and build a more equitable Los Angeles. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's do this.
Los Angeles is listening, and finally, Los Angeles is being heard. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
This November, you'll decide who leads California. So shouldn't you hear directly from the people asking for your vote? Join us for California Voices, a political town hall and ballot forum, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026. Meet candidates running for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and other major statewide and local offices, including mayor of Los Angeles, city attorney, and LA County sheriff. Get clear, nonpartisan breakdowns of the propositions on your November ballot, both sides, no spin. And ask your questions directly, in real conversation, face to face. California Voices is brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the Empowerment Congress, giving you the information you need before you vote. Mark your calendar, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026, California Voices. Follow KBLA 1580 for details and download the KBLA 1580 app. Your vote, your voice. Be there.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hello, fear. Before you sit down, there's something I need to explain. Since you're here, I think I should tell you. Since we last talked, things have changed. See, I'm tired of being broken-hearted. So I made a list and we're on it. All my hopes and my dreams you took from me. I want those back before you leave. Hello, fear.
Hello.
I knew I would see you. You have a hard time letting go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the voice of reason. You might not always agree, but I'm going to have you on the edge of your seat. I'm going to make you think about it. That's the purpose.
See that seat to the left?
Tonight's topic, been a roller coaster. Horror hearts activated. We got a caller on the line. I want to get him back in here. Come on, let's get him in here for the first time. Well, for the second time. Cali Soul, Denver, Colorado. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
This topic is wildin'.
Well, I'm wildin' or the topic?
The topic is wildin'.
Okay. Talk to me. What are your thoughts?
You asked the question earlier, what would scare us more? And I got the first half of the question, or the second half of the question. It was like, if you show up authentic and someone still were to abandon you. What was the first part?
Rejected by someone who misunderstood you. I mean, I got you right
there we go.
here.
Rejected by someone.
I got you. Which frightens you more, being abandoned by someone who misunderstood you or being rejected by someone who understood you perfectly? Who actually saw that tail.
Not the tail.
Somebody who didn't see you because they misunderstood you, or someone who understood you perfectly. Which frightens you more?
Well, first of all, thanks for playing that tune, Andy, that Nina Simone, Please Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
I've often been misunderstood. I had to choose a fear. It would be for me to be fully transparent and someone to still abandon me. However, I don't have that fear. I've always been an open book, and I can clock it as soon as somebody's going to run.
But maybe we're
it's
missing.
Always hilarious to me.
Maybe we're missing some of what the question is saying.
Okay.
Which frightens you more? Being abandoned by someone who misunderstood you, or being rejected by someone who understands you perfectly? That second part is basically saying, I see you are not ready. You have not done the work, and I pass. Because they see you. Do you see? That's the second part of the question. So let me do it again. Which frightens you more? Being abandoned by someone who misunderstood you, or being rejected by someone who understood you perfectly?
Yeah, I would say it's the second. Rejected by someone who understood me perfectly.
Yeah. Because now, what was once internal comes to the surface through their rejection, and you're left with having to deal with it.
I mean, but so that's saying that there are adjustments that need to be made, or is it not saying that?
Is it saying what?
Are you saying that the other person seen you and they're like, yeah, it's a no for me because you're not healed?
Because you're not working. You might not be interested in healing. You might just be interested in having a good time or being coddled and taken care of, which is how modern day relationships are framed, right? The good person is the person who babies my wounds. That's the safe place. You can have a safe place that isn't safe for unhealed wounds, and you are now not a candidate. Do you see what I mean? When I say not a safe space for unhealed wounds, that doesn't mean the other person is attacking the wounds. That means those wounds are uncomfortable in being seen for real. They like to operate in a clandestine way, in the shadows, through manipulation. Do you see? Through control. Remember the control toolbox we talked about earlier today?
Came in late to the show. I came in on the second hour.
I see.
Didn't get to hear the framing. Sorry.
That's all right. But do you see what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I do. That's where the horror flick comes in.
Right. Which frightens you more? Being abandoned by someone who misunderstood. They never knew you. So abandoning you meant nothing.
Yeah, that one don't bother me.
Do you see? Or being rejected by someone who understood you perfectly. No, I'm sorry, boo. This is not for you. You're so sweet, baby. But this ain't for you. Keep working. It's love. It's all
the
in
first
love.
one is easy. But the second one is like, wait.
Yeah.
I thought I was healed. I did all this work. What you mean?
You're not yet, boo thing. Not yet. We can be friends. We can.
I hear you.
But does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
All right. Cali Soul, guess what you just did?
Still scary.
It's gonna be scary all day in America. Come on. Until you turn.
This is America.
We appreciate you, Cali. Guess what you just did?
Denver in the building.
Denver, Colorado is in the building. I love it. These conversations, man, make me happy. Right? It's important that you understand that love is synonymous with God, and God is the only self that has ever existed. Your ego is an illusion. Fear is an illusion. Ego, fear, all of those aspects need fuel. This is where the incessant doing, right? Doing. Put an effort in. Let me tell you something. God is effortless, right? When you raise to a certain level of consciousness, I'm talking about the higher levels of consciousness, there's not a lot of doing. There's not a lot of performing. Where there are unhealed wounds, there are insatiable appetites. Where there are insatiable appetites, there will be manipulation in order to get supply. Fear is born of the thought of failure when one is attracted to success. Fear is born of the thought of failure when one is attracted to success. That is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Fear was given to man as a cautionary device to spare him pain. It is not meant to be cultivated and abused. Fear comes from the heart. If your heart is truly quiet, you cannot feel fear at all. This is all Paramahansa Yogananda, by the way. Let me say that last one again, because that's a banger. Fear comes from the heart. If your heart is truly quiet, not your mind. We always think our mind is talking. Sometimes our heart is talking. Sometimes we got to be able to quiet that heart. If your heart is truly quiet, you cannot feel fear at all. Do you understand? Paramahansa Yogananda says, cultivate fearlessness. Develop faith in God's protection and love, treating it as the foundation for all spiritual life. Face fear directly. Confront fears directly, acting to remove the causes while calming the mind. Release to God. Focus on surrendering fears and trusting God to handle them. A lot of the stuff Paramahansa was talking about is now being integrated as mindfulness. Whether you agree or not, listen, I start the conversations. It's up to you to finish them. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, and guess what? The week just got started. I got more heaters on the way.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Today is the deadline for Florida voters to register or change party affiliation ahead of the August 18th primary. Broward Supervisor of Elections, Joe Scott.
It's a pretty dramatic change, and everybody is basically looking at a different dynamic.
Election officials say key congressional races are drawing attention following redistricting. A Senatobia, Mississippi police sergeant is facing scrutiny after an internal